Hi everyone, I'm Jessica Ball. I'm your lecture instructor for Bio 166 Anatomy and Physiology 2. We're going to take some time just to go through your Moodle so you understand what your requirements are. So let's get to it. On the right, you have my information how to get in touch with me. I teach on campus on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so my office hours are 1:45 to 3:15. I'm adjunct, which means I'm part-time. So this is when I'm available on campus if you want to see me in person. Below is information on your lab instructor, Professor Dial, and I'm sure he'll put his office hours in soon. I'm sure probably today you already see his office hours are on here. So let's go up to the course to talk about what you're required to do with me. So because this is a hybrid, that means the portion with me is all online. So you will be getting all the information from me here on the Moodle. You do have a lecture portion, a lab information, so a lab portion on the Moodle that Professor Dial uses, but you meet with him in person once a week in lab, and that's for like 2 hours and 50 minutes. So when you meet the first day with him, he will go over all that information. But what's important for this video is to go over what you're required to do with me. So let's look at this middle portion here for Bio 166. Please make sure one of the first things you do and throughout the entire semester is check your announcements. This is where I put very valuable information about your homework and your tests or anything else that might be coming up. So after this video, or maybe you've already done this, you've read over your course syllabus, please go over this. It tells you what the attendance policy is. It goes over our 12-point grading scale. It goes over sort of the prerequisites and everything. So please make sure you read through it. You're sort of supposed to anyways. This is the most important thing you could have printed out. So please print this out and have it in the area that you are going to study this semester. You're expected to spend at least 150 minutes a week studying for this class, so please be sure to take that time. Online class isn't easier than traditional. It just gives us flexibility. So you need to, or gives you flexibility. So you need to be a pretty good independent studier for this class and be very organized. So make sure you have your ducks in a row when you start this course. I have a coffee house forum for you all. This is just a place for you as students to talk to each other since you're not in class together. But if I need to, I will check it if there's a question that can't be answered, and you all just need to let me know. But I ask you to respect each other when you're on here. So this is the textbook that we're going to be using. If you've taken 165 or the first portion of Anatomy and Physiology from Sandhills Community College, this is the same book. At the bookstore, we only have printed out the material that we require the traditional students to need for this class. So you're more than welcome to buy a copy of that at the bookstore. You already have to go to the bookstore to buy your lab notebook. So you could, I think it's like for $7 or $8 for it. You can also purchase lecture notes at the bookstore, and I highly advise doing that too because it's a great resource when you are going through the videos. The videos do relate very much to those lecture notes, those 166 lecture notes. So please do so. If you're new to an online class, here's some technology downloads. I'm not the technology guru for Sandhills Community College, so if you do have questions about technology, please get in touch with IT first. But one thing I can tell you is the best thing to use with Moodle is Firefox. Chrome isn't as user-friendly. All right, so the next important thing to do, so you've read your syllabus, you've printed out your schedule of assignments, is the orientation. You are required to take this quiz, and if you've had a hybrid class before, you have taken this before. So this represents your attendance for class, your first day of class. So you have to take this or you'll be dropped from class. So please don't forget to do this quiz or you won't see this Moodle again. All right, so let's go through the requirements for 166. What are we covering in here? We're going to be covering 7 body systems. So you'll see there's 7 units. So there'll be 7 unit tests. And you'll have 1 final exam, which is required, which you take in class with me. So if you look at your schedule assignments, the very last thing it says is that your scheduled time in room 212, Meyer 212 at 2 o'clock, May 8th, you have your final exam. So that's when, if you haven't met me yet, that's when you're going to meet me. So that's the only time that you will be required to be on campus is to take a written exam. Everything else is online. Okay, so if you have any questions, please let me know about that. So there's 7 body systems we go through, and I've organized them into these little folders. Every single one of them has the same layout, so it doesn't confuse you. So let's go through those layouts. I always have the objectives first, a little summary of what's come. For example, it says content and mandatory assignments. Review the information, complete 2 homework assignments, and take the test. See the schedule for due dates. That means the schedule assignments. So every single unit has 2 mandatory homework assignments you have to complete. If you took 165 with me last semester, you noticed that there were some optional homework assignments. Well, we don't have that. We have some other types of optional quizzes that we're doing this semester, and I'm going to show you that. And you'll have that for every single, you'll have a chance to do that for every single unit. Okay, so you have 2 homework assignments. So let's go through here. So first thing, guided notes PowerPoint. This goes with the lecture notes I was talking about that you can get hard copies of. If you actually do fill out those notes, this is sort of a key to that. But I advise you, don't start here first. I advise you to read your OpenStax book first, watch the video and take notes, and fill out the lecture notes, then look at the guided notes to see where maybe you got off on the information. You got it wrong, right or wrong. Okay, so this is the storyboard for every video. So these videos here are usually like 5 to 15 minutes long, and it's not me, it's another professor teaching. I actually wasn't supposed to be teaching it this semester. Professor Emmons was initially supposed to teach 166, but she got tied up in microbiology. So y'all have me, yay, for spring semester. So it won't be me talking. So you're probably going to get used to her voice instead of mine. This is the only time you're going to hear my voice besides meeting with me or at the final exam. So every single unit has a video. So unit 1, storyboard, here's the video lecture. So for lesson 2, here's the lecture. So just for this case, for lessons 1 and 2, here we have the homework for it. And on your schedule assignments, it tells you when it's due. So it's due on the 20th this month. Everything is due at 11 p.m. So just check the schedule assignments for that. So here's the video for lecture 3, video for lecture 4 is down here, video for lecture 5, and then homework assignment for 4 and 5 is down here. So 2 assignments that are mandatory. Another mandatory is your Unit 1 test. So your Unit 1 test opens, for example, on the 27th at 8 o'clock, and it closes at 11 o'clock in the evening on the 30th. And I usually send reminders in the announcements for that. So remember when I told you the tests and the homework are mandatory, but I do have some optional assignments for you all? Here's where they're at here. These are quizzes. The only time you are graded on these is if you decide to take the quiz. So if you take the quiz, Like here you have 3 attempts and I take the highest grade. But if you take it and you fail all 3 times, that's your grade. So once you open it up, you have to commit to taking that test. So be aware of that when you take these optional assignment quizzes. And the last thing we have at the end of this unit is your study guide. So every single unit is organized like this. So I just want to look at one more really quick, is the endocrine system. So here's your objectives, a summary, talking about here's your 2 mandatory homework assignments and the test, the guided notes, which is a key to the lecture notes. This is an independent assignment that's not required to turn in, but you are responsible for learning about this. So if it's not in the video, information on the test might come from some sort of independent assignment I have on here. So here's lecture video 1, lecture video 2 in the homework assignment, video 3 are here. We split them up. Then the homework assignment, 4 and 5 videos, and then here's your lecture test and the optional homework, and then your study guides, okay? So there is additional material that can be found in the last block of the course, and I'm going to show you this in just a minute, but I want to show you one other thing in 2 of the units. So if you go to Unit 4 in the digestive system, you do have a mandatory quiz that you have to take. And that mandatory quiz is on nutrition and metabolism. And I'll remind you guys about this as well. So you do in this unit have 2 mandatory homeworks, a test, and a required quiz that you have to take. Unit 5 also has a quiz like this as well. So just be aware of that information. So always check your schedule of assignments. The last thing I want to point out is your additional resources here. I didn't want to crowd this all in each of the units, so I put all these other additional sources that could help you down here. So for example, the muscular system, I have a practice test for you. I have some video tutorials or websites for y'all, some Quizlets. So please use this. So even though I have your units organized up here, so I didn't junk them up too much, I have additional resources down here, but I still have them organized within their units. So please look around your Moodle, get to know it, and if you have any questions about Moodle, just send me an email or, come find me in the office and I will be happy to talk to you. Well, I look forward to meeting all of you the end of the semester, but I'm hoping to see some of your faces before then. I'm hoping to pop in when Professor Dial is teaching if I'm on campus during that time. So good luck. Welcome again to spring semester 2020 at Sand Hills Community College. And I think this is going to be a great semester. So welcome and good luck.